Christian Torres was announced on the 8th of July as one of the first three homegrown players that were signed to a professional contract with LAFC. Christian is from Fontana, California, and at 16 years of age, he made history with the club when he played his first minutes against Seattle Sounders on the 30th of August when he substituted Brian Rodriguez at the 78th minute mark. And with me today is the new member of Los Angeles Football Club, who eventually also participated in his second game against the San Jose Earthquakes. Christian has previously made club history when he was the first LAFC Academy player to score a goal with the first team during a preseason win over the Toronto FSA earlier this year. Christian, thank you so much for chatting with me today. How are you?
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good, good. I'm very happy for you, Christian. I mean, at 16, you're finally, you made your dream come true really young, really early, no? How are you feeling?
I'm just very grateful, very blessed to have this opportunity given to me, and I'm just taking it with both hands, going with the flow.
So, Christian, before we go into the details of your debut, take us back. We want to know a little bit more about you. Obviously, you're young, you're coming in fresh new, you're coming from the academy. A lot of our viewers that don't know you, they want to get to know you on a more personal level. Tell us a little bit about your childhood before entering the soccer academies. What kind of kid were you? What sports did you play? So tell us a little bit about your childhood in Fontana. That's where you grew up anyway, right?
Yes, yes.
So go ahead, please.
Um, well, my passion, well, I first started playing football at 3 years old in a local AYSO league in Rialto.
Okay.
I was put in there by my father and my grandpa, and they both recognized that I was able to kick the ball really well, and they just wanted to see what else I could do it there in the pitch. So growing up out in Fontana, I live in a nice, quiet neighborhood, so never really any problems. I have a really supportive family. They've been with me along the whole way, so I'm grateful for them. But football-wise, I started off really in the Sunday leagues. In the Sunday leagues out here, they really helped me grow and develop as a player, being able to be free on the pitch, do what I can. I played for my dad's team, so not show off.
Awesome. Now, what's your situation with the school right now? I know because of the pandemic, a lot of the kids are back in school, but what is your particular situation now that you signed the contract? What has changed, or what are you doing with the school?
So ever since I've entered high school, I was at a traditional high school for about 3 months, but fortunately it didn't work out. So since then I've transitioned to homeschool,
Okay.
and that's where I've been since. It's really great. Allows me to do work on my own time, and it's really good. It helps a lot.
And while you were in school, what kind of a student were you? Were you like very disciplined, or were you the one that run and you just want to kick that ball?
As a student, I feel as a pretty good student. I
Okay.
listen a lot. I try to be interactive and outgoing as a student. Try to be very likable. I feel I'm smart, so never had horrible grades. Always had those A's and B's, which are a priority in my family.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've always thought I've been a really good student. But when it comes, when it came to like recess and lunch, you would always find me with the ball, juggling it, playing with friends, kicking the ball with friends, stuff like that.
Now, tell me a little bit about your parents. I know I was bothering you with the speaking Spanish. Obviously, you guys are from Mexico, right?
Yes, my father's side is from Mexico.
Okay, and your mom is from somewhere else?
I believe, yeah, she's just from here, United
Okay,
States.
so what part of Mexico do you know?
My dad's side family, we're from Numaran, Michoacan.
Oh, Michoacan. Have you ever been there? Have you ever visited?
So, unfortunately, I've been there in a while. I haven't been there in about, I'd say about 6 years. It's been a while since I was in
Okay.
elementary school. But yeah, we tried to visit my grandma and my grandpa. They visit quite often. They try to go in the beginning of the year, but we've been trying to get me to go. But with the schedule, it's not the it's not it's not so like clear with it. So I haven't been able to go in a couple of years, but hoping to go pretty soon.
So obviously, Mexico is a very, soccer, football, and all that passion. And having your dad, do you know what team he roots for in La Liga Mexicana?
In La Liga Mexicana, we go for Cruz Azul.
For Cruz Azul.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're not doing so bad right now. So let's see how it goes. So you started as a defender in the LA Academy, in the Galaxy Academy. And then I have here that in 2017, 2018, you were part of the U14 and you scored 15 goals in 25 games. And 22 of those you started. So I'm curious because you were a defender with the Galaxy and then you moved to the LAFC Academy as a forward. Was that something that had anything to do with the fact that you were a defender and then you moved into the forward? What exactly happened in that transition?
So starting off at Galaxy, my first season, I was actually placed as a sub on the second team. So I wasn't a starter, and I was more just a backup player to a backup player.
Wow.
I started off at right back. They noticed I was pretty quick, so they moved me up to the 9 position, coming with my second season at Galaxy. My coach moved me up to the 9 position, noticed I was quick and good in the ball, and from there, that's when I started. That's where my position was, the 9. Coming into LAFC, they stayed as 9 for the season, but towards the end, they recognized that I could use my talent out wide as the winger. And for this past season, that's where I sort of played. Left wing, right wing, 9, 10, anywhere they needed me, I would play and I'd perform my best for them. And that's just where I am now.
Okay, and that's how they noticed you in LAFC and you feel more comfortable, no?
Yes.
We saw you on that first game that you entered kind of through the left. Which one are you more comfortable with?
I feel more, either side is comfortable to me, but I prefer the left because it allows me to cut in with my right and finish.
Okay, yeah, we saw a couple of moves and you tried to even send an assist on the first touch. Now, with going back to the LAFC Academy, you were able to score 30 goals in 44 matches. You also played for the U.S. national team at the CONCACAF U15 Boys Championship in August 2019. So how important was that experience for you to get to this point?
The CONCACAF Championship was honestly a really, really great experience. It was my first major tournament with the national team squad, so that's where I really had to make some decisions and just along with other things. I was out there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks playing against teams like Portugal, Costa Rica, Haiti, just teams like those. It was a really great experience, and it really helped my development as a player with the coach Steve Klein.
So when was the moment that you realized that you were probably going to get a professional contract and with the LAFC? Who came to you? Who told you? How did you start hearing that, or how did that happen?
I was never really told that I was going to be given a professional contract, but I constantly worked, constantly pushed myself to my limits and just put in that overtime and just all those moments that I could have been playing football. That's what I was doing if I wasn't doing homework. So I wasn't exactly told when I was in a professional contract. I just pushed myself and worked for a professional contract. So it was just never given. I just had to work for it.
So what went through your mind when they finally told you, you know what, we want you in the first squad? Here's what we're going to do for you. What went through your mind? How do you take the whole thing?
It was late at night. I believe it was around 10 o'clock. I received a call, and they informed me that I was going to be offered a professional contract, and I was just speechless. I did not know what to say. The biggest smile on my face. My mind was just it was running. It was just, I couldn't think on one thing straight, and just my family came home around 10 minutes later because they were gone for the night, and they just came home and they just hugged me, and they're just so proud of me. Just that moment right there is what it was just a really great moment for me.
What did your dad say? How did he feel?
He was speechless. He didn't know what to say. He's like my mom did all the talking. My dad was just quiet.
Awesome. Do you have brothers and sisters? Any siblings?
Yes, I have 2 younger sisters.
Okay. Did they understand that? I mean, how old are they?
They're 13 and 9. So
Okay, so they do understand. Like,
my little the middle one started bawling, and then the little one she's not like she didn't completely understand it, but she had to like know the gist of it. So she just knew that something big was happening for me.
so when did this happen? Because on July 8th is when we found out that you signed up with the team. How many days before, or was it on the same day when you find out? The night
I
before?
believe I found out towards the end of May or the early of June.
Oh, okay.
When I
So
found
it had been a while. Okay.
Yeah.
And how long until you started working with the first team?
I didn't start working with the first team until July, the first week of July, just right before we left for Orlando. That's when I began training with the team.
Okay. And how was that experience over there in Orlando for you?
Uh, it was honestly a really great experience.
Mm.
It was my first major, my first major trip with the team squad. Being out there for a month really affects your mind. But I was able to go through with it and give my all out there, and just I feel I developed as not only as a player but as a person out there. I feel I matured and just I learned a lot out there.
Awesome. Now take us back to the moment on this first game that you're about to debut, and Bob Bradley tells you to suit up, warm up, and eventually you're waiting on the line and just waiting for that number to go up. And what was the feeling like? I mean, you're warming up. Was there any butterflies? What do you feel in that exact moment that you're about to get on the field?
In that moment, I felt just some type of feeling in my gut that something was about to happen. I was warming, sat down to allow the players to warm up, but then called me back up to go warm up. And when I warm up, the performance coach told me, "Let's get you moving, let's go." I saw the equipment manager walk over. He told him something, and he said, "You all three are going in at the." I believe the 77th minute. So I was ready for that. Um, man, just I don't know. I was just thinking as I'm jogging and warming up, I'm just thinking to myself, "Wow, am I really about to go in? Am I really about to make my debut?" I'm like, "All right, let's make the most of this." So I just made sure I was focused from that moment forward. Didn't let it overwhelm me or anything. And when I stepped into the pitch, I just let myself go. Just let myself do my thing.
Awesome. We believe you're going to do really great with the attitude and everything. It's just perfect. Now, so you had no complete idea that that game you were going to maybe substitute or go into the game?
I had some sort of gut feeling that
Mhm.
I was gonna go into the game, but it wasn't for sure. It was not confirmed by the coaches or anything. It was just my type of feeling.
Now, like I mentioned before, you had the opportunity to play with the first team early in the year, and that's when Carlos Vela was part of that team, and he congratulated you even after the goal that you scored from that game. Have you had any opportunity to chat with them? If yes, what do you guys talk about? I mean, I figure, especially your dad would be very happy to know that Carlos, you're a teammate with Carlos Vela.
Yeah, you know, we're all human beings and we're just normal people, so we usually just have normal conversations. But football wise, he gives me a lot of advice on the pitch.
Mhm.
I believe in one of the preseason matches, he came up to me, told me something about moving on the ball and how switching sides, rotating between positions. So it was just that type of thing with him. But many other players communicate and help me out there in the pitch, like Jordan Harvey, Bradley Wright Phillips, just they all give me advice and help me out there to make sure I perform my best.
Now in the locker room, I imagine also. I mean, you're very young compared to them. Like, how do you feel that communication with them is?
I communicate with them like normal people, even though Jordan Harvey is about he could be my dad. My dad. I just talk with him like he's a normal person. You know, just just like that.
Awesome. Last couple of questions. Um, so I would like to imagine what it would be for your dad to see you make it to a national level. Also, it's probably, I would say, it's every player's dream to make it that far. And you're in a situation where you have Mexico on one side and then you have the US on one side. Have you given it any thought? Have you ever imagined yourself wearing a specific type of a specific shirt yet?
No, I've not decided that whether I'd rather want to go with Mexico or the USA. I've not gone called up to Mexico quite yet, but with the USA, it's always a great experience out there. So if time were to come where I would have to choose between two, it would be a difficult situation.
Great, that's good to know. And lastly, if you want to let people know a little bit more about yourself that we haven't talked about, maybe something, I don't know, your favorite food, what do you like to do on your spare time? So go ahead, whatever you want people to know a little bit more about you.
Um, I love pizza. Pizza's pretty good. Pizza's pretty good. I also like video games as any other teenager would be. I like playing with my teammates, playing with teammates and friends from school. That's kind of the reason how I stay in contact with them even though I don't go to school with them anymore. Playing through video games. But last fact about me, I was born on tax day.
On what?
I was born on tax day.
On tax day, okay. That's great to know. A lot of people would not appreciate that, but it's okay. Anyway, also, yeah, I was going to ask you, your friends, how much did that change? I mean, now that they know that you're doing all this, I imagine as soon as they saw you in the first game, right after the game, how was that? The texting one probably went crazy after.
Yeah, my friends have always been really supportive. I make sure to make sure I have a really good, genuine supporting group of friends that I could be with for my life. So they're really great. They support me with everything I do. They respect what I do, respect my times when I have stuff to do, just stuff like that. They're really great. But when they found out I made my debut, they were going crazy because they kept telling me out there in Orlando, "Oh, you're gonna make your debut? Oh, are you gonna make your debut? Are you gonna make your debut?" But so when it finally happened, they're just spamming me with kind and just happy messages. It was nice.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Christian. It's really a pleasure talking to you, and we're pretty sure that you're going to do very, very well in the rest of your career. This is only the beginning.
Thank you, Jed.
All right, man. Thank you so much. And for everybody who's watching right now, don't forget you can follow me on all my social media and all my platforms with at Jad Elreda, JADELREDA. And also, you can follow us in all our platforms of LA Times en Español. Take care, Christian. Hasta la próxima.
Thank you very much.